All right. What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, or if you are watching this at another time, I hope you're having a wonderful day. So, as people join onto this lesson today, I have a super fun grammar lesson for you. Now, I know what you're thinking, probably like, oh, grammar, really? Now, it is, I know it may sometimes not be the most exciting thing, but it is very important. And besides, we are going to do a practice today as well. So I'm not only going to tell you some information about grammar and how to use it and when to use it, but then we are going to practice your skills as well. So if you are just joining us, please in the chat write your name, tell us where you are joining us from. I'd like to hear from you guys and see who is with us today. So write your name, tell us where you are joining us from, and we will get this show on the road. So we are going to be talking about this today. We're going to be talking about adjectives, the wonderful world of adjectives. I'm going to be telling you the difference between ed adjectives and ing adjectives. Great, everybody's talking. Samir, hi, what's up? Arnold Schwarzenegger is with us. Sweet. Vashal, how are you? I am doing excellent. How are you guys doing? From India, from Syria, Erkan from Turkey, excellent. Great to have you guys with us. So we're going to be talking about these adjectives, and then I am going to do a practice with you guys and test your knowledge so you guys can write those answers in the comments. So we're talking about these ed and ing adjectives. You can see some examples that I put up there: frightened, amusing, boring, confused. These are adjectives that we use all the time. Hello from France. How are you guys? I hope you guys are having a great weekend and glad to have you here. So let's start talking about first, why is this important? Why do you all need to know this information? If you're here, it is because you are maybe learning English, you're interested in improving your English skills. So this is important because ed adjectives and ing adjectives, it's something that learners can confuse, and it doesn't matter which level you are. If you are a beginner learner, if you're an intermediate learner, if you are an advanced learner, I've heard mistakes made with these all the time across all levels. And it's still, people understand what you're trying to say, but it can really change things. It can really change the meaning. So the second reason is that these rules, what I'm getting ready to tell you about the ed adjectives and ing adjectives, is that they're straightforward. A lot of times with grammar that you have these rules and then they come back and say, whoa, wait, there's some exceptions to the rules. And it can be really annoying and confusing, which are two ing adjectives. But with this, it is pretty straightforward. You just need to understand basically how to use them and when we use them, and then it's perfect. You won't make these mistakes again. So we have people from Ecuador, Brazil, Fallen Angel, excellent. Glad to have Marco, what's up? I hope you're doing well. Good to see all of you. Glad to have you here. So we're talking about these adjectives today. The other reason it's important is because we use these adjectives all the time. We use these adjectives to describe people, places, and things. So these are very important words to learn for your overall fluency so that you can improve your English skills, enhance your English skills, so that you're not making these small, simple mistakes. Because like I said right there, a mistake between an ed and an ing adjective can really change the meaning. So for example, you see my emoji friend right down there at the bottom. If you tell somebody I'm bored, it is very different than saying I'm boring. All right. Those are two completely different meanings. And to be honest, you don't want to tell people that you're boring because then they probably won't want to hang out with you. So it is very important that you understand the difference and that you use these correctly. So let's move on. And again, just a quick little refresher because most of you that are with us, that watch our lessons, I think you're more intermediate to advanced learners. So you guys have studied grammar before, you've learned about adjectives, but this is just a quick little review about what are adjectives, all right? We use them to describe nouns, to describe people, places, or things. And they can be in one of two places. They can come before the noun, which in that example I gave you, we watched an exciting movie. It describes movie and it comes before the noun. Or adjectives can follow linking verbs. And the most common linking verb that it will follow is the verb to be. Now, when we're talking about ed and ing adjectives, most of the time they are following a linking verb. And most of the time it is the verb to be. Okay, so when we're using these adjectives, they're following the linking verb. As that example, the movie is exciting. Okay, the adjective exciting, it describes movie, but it follows the verb to be, is. So thank you guys. Got some good chats. Bulgaria is here. Has someone? Yes, we have heard of Bulgaria, and I want to travel to Bulgaria and India and all of those countries down there. Fallen Angel, hit that like button. Excellent. Yes, please do that. So I gave you that other sentence down there. Don't get confused because these adjectives are not confusing. All right, so we're going to talk about these right now. Let's look first at using ed adjectives, okay? These adjectives, they describe emotions. They tell us how we feel about something. Now, when you think about the feeling, these ed adjectives, all right, think about temporary, okay? So we all feel angry, but it's not permanent, it's temporary. We all feel sad. It's not permanent, it's temporary. So these are feelings that we go through. They're not permanent states. It's used to describe how we feel in that moment, okay? So it's describing emotions and our feelings. So what I want you to do is tell me, how do you feel right now? All right, use an ed adjective. All right, how do you feel? I feel, all right, I am, all right, use an ed adjective. Tell us how you feel in the chat right now and practice this. You can see the examples right here, again with my emoji friend. She is tired, all right, he's exhausted. They're fatigued. We are exasperated, okay? These are all meanings, these ed adjectives talking about if you're sleepy, if you're low on energy, okay? These are all describing how we feel, okay, at that moment, and it's all temporary, all right? Tired, exhausted, fatigued, exasperated. These are all ed adjectives, and we use them to describe how we feel. If you're just joining us, again, let us know your name in the comments. Estella, hi, how are you? Right now you're bored. Okay, you're bored, hopefully not watching this, but because maybe just the day in general. I hope so. So we're talking about these ed and ing adjectives, and then I am going to quiz your knowledge, and you're gonna write your answers in the chat. So I feel enjoyed. You just say like I feel, maybe not enjoyed. You would say more like you feel great, you feel good. I'm trying to think of an ed adjective. You usually enjoy something or you enjoy doing something. So you'd want to say like, I feel good, I feel great, not in that context. So again, that's great though. Keep writing. Again, guys, this is the best way to practice, all right? Tell me how you feel. Write in the comments, how do you feel today, all right? Give me an ed adjective. I'm tired, I'm confused, I'm bored, I'm exhausted, I'm excited. All right. So This is ED adjectives. Remember, describing emotions and feelings that are temporary, okay? It's talking about people, all right? The way people feel, all right? Now, ing adjectives, all right? These adjectives can do one of two things, all right? And the first one is what confuses people a little bit, all right? It can describe the characteristic of a person, all right? It's not a temporary feeling, you're describing their characteristics. And this is what I said at the beginning when I showed you if you say I'm bored, it's different than saying I'm boring, all right? If you say I'm boring, then you're describing your characteristic as being boring, that you are a boring person, and you don't want to say that. So ing adjectives can describe a characteristic, or it can describe a thing or situation that can cause a feeling, where you're talking about a thing like an event or a movie or a situation, maybe a party or something, and it talks about how you feel about that. So let me ask you a question in the comments. All right, I want you guys to write, how do you feel about Saturdays? Today is Saturday, all right? How do you feel about Saturdays, all right? Saturdays are what? Give me an ing adjective to describe Saturdays, okay? This is good practice because, again, Saturday is, it's a day. So we'd say it's a thing, all right? How would you describe it? Which ing adjective would you use to describe Saturday? I love Saturdays. I think they are amazing. That is how I would describe Saturdays. But look at these other examples, again, right here in my lovely, lovely graphic. The movie, how we can describe the movie in different types of movies. We could say the movie is amazing, okay? Ing adjective, it's describing the movie. The movie is frightening, again, an ing adjective. The movie is boring. That's one that we commonly hear, bored and boring all the time. So these are all ing adjectives that are used to describe, again, characteristics, things, or situations. Saturday is always boring like other days. Why? Saturday's great. I saw a film last night that was boring. Okay. A lot of boring stuff going on. I don't know why. It's the fall out here. I don't know if you guys have anything exciting going on in your lives, because tomorrow, Ioana and I, we are going to run a marathon. All right, and that is very exciting. But I am worried. All right, an ed adjective for you. I'm worried. Saturdays are exciting because I don't work and I do interesting things. Perfect. Okay. So again, write in the comments, tell me how you feel about Saturdays. And also, if you're watching this later, write these sentences, practice using them in the comments. We like hearing from you guys. It's always good to practice what you're learning. So if you're just joining us, again, we're talking about ing versus ed adjectives. Now, all right, let's practice and see what you guys know. All right, I have 7 questions for you. All right, and I want you to write your answers in the comments or in the chat. So the first one I did for you. All right, sometimes I find English grammar. All right, what are we going to use? Are we going to use the ed, confused, or the ing, confusing? How do we finish that sentence? All right, I want you to write the answer in the chat right now. If you're in there, don't be shy. All right, don't worry about getting it wrong. All right, what do you think? Sometimes I find English grammar. Are we going to use the ed adjective or the ing, confused or confusing? All right, we're getting some answers in there. Excellent. Luis Ricardo, I'm excited because I'm learning so much with your video classes. Awesome. Thank you very much. We are happy that you are learning a lot. We're really excited to build this community and have these classes. So getting some answers in here. All right. So Sometimes I find English grammar. We are talking about grammar. Now, that is a thing. So we would use the ing adjective. All right. Sometimes I find English grammar confusing. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Excellent. All right. So we use the ing adjective to complete this sentence. Now, the next one that I have for you, I have a few of these. And again, I want you to write your answers in the comments. Here's the next question. Boom. Okay. She's of her job, so she's looking for another. All right. She's of her job, so she's looking for another. What are we going to use? Write your answer in the comments. See who's first. Let's see, get fast. Use your fingers. So, are we going to use the ed or ing adjective? Okay. So for this one, we got some answers in there. Excellent. You guys, I'm going to try. I should try and confuse you, make them a little more difficult. You guys are all right. So for this one, we are talking about how she feels. So we are going to use the ed adjective bored. All right. She's bored of her job, so she's looking for another. The next question I have for you is this one. How about give this one a try? Again, write your answers in the comments or the chat. Some of his comments were, are we going to say insulted or insulting? Okay. Oh, Luis Ricardo, one thing, Saturdays are excited. Saturdays are exciting. We want to use the ing with that one because we are talking about a thing. Saturdays are exciting. So what about this one? Some of his comments were insulted or insulting. I got some good answers in there. Excellent, excellent. Yes, we are talking about, remember in this one, we're talking about comments, okay? Comments is not the way somebody feels. It is a thing. It is a noun, so the comments are insulting. Some of his comments were insulting. That is the correct, the ing to complete the sentence. Let's do another one. Got a few more for you. A few more practice questions for you. See if I can trick you on one of these. Okay, so I don't want to get stuck talking to him because he's so, what are we going to say? ED or ing? Bored or boring? What are we talking about here? Write your answers in the comments. Would it be right to say some of them felt insulted? Yes, that is correct because you are talking about how they feel. They are insulted. They felt insulted. Yes. So I don't want to get stuck talking to him because he's so... All right, we got some good answers in here. Excellent. Remember, we are talking about a characteristic. In this example, it's his characteristic. We're talking about a guy's characteristic, and for characteristics, we use the ing. All right. You could also put it into context because you don't want to get stuck talking to somebody, which means you don't want to be around this person for a long time because they're boring. And because they're boring, you might get bored, and that is the way you would feel. So the next one, this one's going to be a double one for you. So you're going to have to type a little more. I got two more questions. Boom. All right. Let me make this a little bigger. All right. I'm that you won't think my writing is... All right, what are we going to use? If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the difference. We are practicing ed and ing adjectives. So I want you guys to write your answers in the chat. I'm giving you a little quiz here to see how much you know. And if you're watching this later, again, write the answers in the comments. Just use the comments section like it's a chat. It's a great way to practice. So I'm that you won't think my writing is... Okay, so getting double. Look at you guys. All right. Excellent. So everybody is doing really well. The first part of this, we are talking about I'm, the way I feel. So we'd say I'm worried. Okay, I'm worried that you won't think my writing is... Now, in the next one, we're talking about the writing. All right, writing is a noun. It is a thing, which means we're going to use the ing, that my writing is interesting. I'm worried that you won't think my writing is interesting. Okay, so this might be something people worry about. All right, so great job. Let's do another one. One more, and see if you guys can get this one. Ready? Here is your question right there. See if you can fill it. Let me... There we go. Okay, my exam results were... So I was a bit... How are we going to complete that sentence? What are we going to use? Are we going to use the ed or ing with each of those? Okay, my exam results were... So I was a bit... All right. How are we going to complete those? Write your answers in the comments, okay? So if you're joining us, again, welcome. Kind of doing a little bit of a quiz for you guys, see how much you know about ed and ing adjectives, okay? So we're getting some good answers in there. Excellent, all right? Thank you, guys. All right, so... Yes, we're talking about the exam results. All right, that is a thing. So we are going to use the ing. My exam results were disappointing. So I was a bit, all right, we're talking about how I felt, and it's a temporary feeling. It's not permanent. So I felt a bit shocked. All right, my exam results were disappointing. So I was a bit shocked. Excellent, you guys. Wow, you know, I can't trip you guys up today. You guys did amazing. So remember, again, this is something that is pretty straightforward, that we use the ed adjectives to describe how we feel about something. And it's a temporary feeling, all right? We use these adjectives often after a linking verb, the verb to be, all right? The movie was boring. I am confused, all right? And ing adjectives, again, that describes either a characteristic or a thing or a situation, all right? So thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Again, please like and share this video lesson if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you got some good practice, because that is the way... Again, you can minimize your mistakes as you move forward. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. This video will get published later. So please, 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 please write us some questions. We always try to respond and answer questions that you may have. And again, you can join us on social media. We're right down there on these different platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and of course, YouTube right here. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ishmael. Thank you, Nancy. Marco, it's great to see you again. Pearl, thanks you. Amano, thank you guys. Thanks for coming. Arnold, Joshua, Gauthier, maybe I'm mispronouncing some of these names correctly, so I apologize about that. If you have any questions, again, write them in the comments for us. We love hearing from you guys. Thanks for joining us. We will be back next week for another live lesson, so we hope to see you then. All right, enjoy the rest of the weekend.